knowing, learning, and understanding that you are whole. So, this is about embodying this wholeness of dark and light energy. So, I do apologize. This is the second video, part two of the balancing the positive side of darkness. I am apologizing because this is how I have to do it. I have an Android phone and I only have so much memory, and I have to uh, dissect the videos uh, because Spirit told me to get the message out regardless of how much memory I have in my phone. For years, I've been making this excuse of, oh, I don't have enough memory. And yes, I could invest in iPhone, but that's going against my beliefs. I don't believe in keeping up with the Joneses and following trends and the whole iPhone trend. After like iPhone 7, I just got off of it. So I'm gonna make it do what it do. So this is part two of balancing the positive side of darkness. Okay. So this is existing in the balance of wholeness, existing through your darkness and lightness. Okay. So we learn through experience. This is experiencing, having dark experiences. This is how we learn, through the dark experiences and through our light experiences. Both experiences is teaching us. It's teaching us what darkness is and teaching us what lightness is. Okay? This is the truth to freedom. The freedom is balancing the light and the dark. This is how you be free. Because you can get into this thinking of, oh, I'm a bad person because I have these dark attributes. Oh, I'm good and I'm not no bad. I don't do any bad because I'm a focus on the light attributes and I'm just all light. And then when you make a mistake, here you is beating yourself up. So what I'm receiving is giving yourself grace. This is that positive side of darkness, is the grace, because we are human and we are allowed to make mistakes, and knowing that and understanding that. Okay. So the balance of listening and speaking, I'm receiving from Spirit, is knowing that you have to balance that speaking and listening. So the speaking and listening is listening to each other, because we learn from listening to people. People speak the truth, and you can receive the truth from how people are speaking, the way they speak to you. Are they, how they speaking, what they speaking about? If they speaking negatively about somebody else, then that's teaching you that they are a negative person, especially if they being fake. They talking about this person behind their back, and then they in their face saying something else and acting all fake. So that shows you that person is fake. People show their true colors. That's why it's important to read people, to study people, and to listen to what they say. People will tell you their truth. They will tell you the truth from how they have conversations with you. So you learn from connecting with people through communication, and what people share. That reveals to part of who they are. So it's important to listen. It's also important to speak your truth, to speak how you feel, to talk about your emotions. Talking about your emotions allows people to understand who you are and what you stand for. So using your discernment is teaching you to understand people and understand from your emotions how you feel. Is if this person, I'm not going to say is people good or bad. I don't believe people are good and bad. I believe people have bad behaviors. I believe all people are good, and that's the lightness inside of us, and we have to remember that. But our actions, we can do have bad actions, choose to do bad things. So that's why it's important to remember that we are light. So that's using your discernment. If people are treating people bad, if things people say affect you, how it affects you, using that discernment and going with your gut and seeing, okay, this person, I don't like the way they say this. I don't like the way this makes me feel when they say this, or, those things. This is what we have to discern and set boundaries towards that, how people speak. So this is speaking up and expressing how you feel. This is receiving the truth, accepting it. If you're having a conversation with somebody and they're constantly, you noticing that they are lying, then you have to accept that that person is a liar, because they're revealing their true colors. So you accept that that person is a liar, and you setting your boundaries towards this person is not believing them. Like, taking it from a grain of salt is what I'm receiving. You can't trust them in everything that they say, because you know that they lie. For me, it's like that saying, three is a charm, three strikes and you out. You show me that you lie and you a liar 3 times, then I'm gonna believe that you a liar until you prove to me otherwise. Okay? So people don't know what you stand for if you don't speak up. If you allow people to do and treat you a certain way, then they're gonna treat you that way. So if you set boundaries by saying exactly how you feel, say yes when you mean yes, say no when you mean no, is what I'm receiving. What I receive from the divine spirit is speak your truth and not always pleasing others. Speak to express, not impress. Express your emotions, not to impress people by pleasing them. Only person you are responsible to please is yourself. So what I receive from spirit is silence is a form of speech. Sometimes you can just be quiet. You ain't got to say nothing. It's a lot of power in just being silent. Some people get the drift. Some people can't stand it because they know that's power. You giving your power away by explaining and, basically begging people to understand you. Sometimes enough understanding is just being silent. It's knowing that you have that power to be silent and you ain't got to explain yourself. You ain't got to speak. But don't give your power to silence, though. This is meaning because you are afraid to speak up. You are afraid to speak the truth. Do not give your silence. Do not give your power to silence. Okay? This is part 2 of the video. I will be doing part 3, so look out for that. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.